In this example, we're asked to find the solutions to cosine theta equals a negative 0.75 between negative 2 pi and positive 4 pi. Okay, so we want all those solutions. Now I know that I can find one of the solutions, right? I can find one of the solutions to theta will be the cosine inverse, the inverse cosine of negative 0.75. Okay, if I put that into my calculator, I get 2.4189 radians. Okay, so I have my calculator in radian mode. All right, so I can get that from my calculator because this particular cosine value is not something that's on the unit circle. So I just have to use my calculator on it. All right, but we want to find all of them. That's just one. Where are the rest of the solutions? Well, let's take a look at the unit circle. Okay, so I have this unit circle, and I'm looking for, so my cosine value, which is the x coordinate, is a negative 0.75. So we want to go over in the x direction by 0.75, and then we can find the angle by going up here. So, and that is the angle that we'll get when, from our calculator, because the cosine inverse is always defined from 0 to pi. Okay, so the angle that we got from our calculator is between 0 and pi. So so that's the solution. This is the solution that we got from the calculator. So this is the angle right here. This angle is 2.4189. Okay. Now we have another solution down here. If we just drop down here, we can see our other solution is just going to be down here. It has the same the same cosine value of negative 0.75, right? Because the x distance here is 0.75. Now, what is that angle? So one way we can do it is just look at, well, this angle here is a negative 2.4189. Okay, but and actually that's one of our solutions, right? Because I think that's going to be between negative 2 pi and 4 pi. If I want the angle, between 0 and pi, then I can just take 2 pi and subtract 2.4189. Okay, so as a decimal, I get 3.8643. Okay, so this angle here, this angle right here, is a negative 2.4189, or it's a positive 3.8643, right? This angle right here is those two angles are coterminal at that point. Okay, so I want to find all of the solutions. All right, so let's take the two solutions that we know. We get theta is equal to 2.4189, and then we know we can get more solutions just by adding 2 pi n, right? Just going around the circle another time. We can go around the circle as many times as we want, n times, and we'll get more solutions. And the other solution is theta is equal to 3.8643 plus 2 pi n. Okay, so those just give us all of the angles that are coterminal with 3.8643. All right, now we want all of the angles between negative 2 pi and positive 4 pi. So these are the angles in this is the angles in the first cycle for n equals 0. So these are the n equals 0 angles, and they are going to be between 0 and 2 pi. So let's make a little table again. Let's see. Let me switch back to green. All right, so n, right, we can look at various values of n and look at the two sets of theta values. Okay, so when n equals 0, I'm going to get the 2.4189, and I'll get 3.8643, okay, in radians. Now, if I want to go back one cycle, I can look at -1, n equals -1, and and just subtract 2 pi from each one of these answers. So when I do that, I get minus 3.8643. And this one is a negative 2.4189. All right, just subtracting 2 pi. Now 2 pi is like 6.28, right? 6.28, right? Because it's double of 3.14. So if I tried to go back more, another 2 pi, I'm going to end up, beyond the range that I'm looking for, which is the negative 2 pi to 4 pi. All right. So let's go one cycle forward now, right? Because I think the cycle of cosine is 2 pi. So I need one cycle back, I need a 0 cycle, and I need the cycle one forward, right? I need to go one forward. So let's add 2 pi to 2.4189, and that will give me 8.7020. Okay, so that's the next angle that's coterminal with this first angle, 2.4189. And then I need another angle that's coterminal with this 3.8643, right? I'm just going to add 2 pi to it. I get 10.1475. Okay. So I've gone 2 cycles forward and 1 cycle back, right? And that should do it. Now, if you can always check yourself. If you calculated n equals 2, you'd find that you've gone beyond 4 pi. And so, if you calculate a few extra, just cross out the ones you don't need. But those are the answers right there. All right. So I'll meet you for the next example.